Hey guys, we are finally back with the Kerbal Space Program. This is version, if we look down here at the bottom right, 0.21.1.276. I believe this is currently the latest version as of September 2nd, though I believe a new version is supposed to be coming out possibly within the next couple weeks. But since I haven't, actually I'm going to call this one Let's Play. Well, I can't even spell. Let's play. Yeah, I haven't played in a while because I was having computer issues. But now I can actually record in full HD, and I don't have any, major issues aside from, oh, maybe the occasional fraps crash or something like that. So hopefully I won't have any issues, but we'll see. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to build a rocket that will take us to the moon. But I don't know. We're gonna see. Let's see. So I want a parachute and I want a decoupler. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then we want, they changed the SAS modules. So for the smaller type, there's basically only this one now. There's only an advanced SAS for the large. And then there's this inline reaction wheel, which I honestly, not exactly sure. See, this wheel adds assistive torque to a spacecraft at the cost of electric charge. Okay, so I haven't played around with that one a lot at all, actually. Not a lot, but not at all. So, all right. So we want to get a small. Let's see. We need a small stage. Yeah, I think that one is going to do. That one is not going to do. That one is way too small. What? How? When the heck did those rockets come out? Man, that one's tiny. Veil. What? Max power. That doesn't really give us many options for landing on the moon. Because one of the problems that we're going to have is, let's see, what's this? No, it's too big. Oh, wait, no, this one. Yeah, it's the one we want. Okay, now we are going to want some legs. And I think I'll go with 3. Oh. There we go. And it's pretty symmetrical. And then last but not least, I want to get a small solar panel. Like, let's see. Panel strength 10, panel strength 10. Shoot per second. I don't think we'll need any more than that. Whoops, I don't need that many. I just need 1. And then the last thing we will need is a ladder to get us down. And let's see, where's the ladder? Oh, it's this thing in here. Yeah, I don't think it really matters too much when. So we're just let's just launch this guy really quick, just to make sure everything's working all right. And then we'll start building our stack for the main engine stage, or the main stage. Okay, so we're going to hit G to unfurl our landing gear. There we go. And I'm just going to okay, and then let's go ahead and kind of plot a descent here. Whoa. Oh no. Well, at least our Kerbal. Okay, so that's basically gonna work. It's gonna be much more controllable once we get up to the moon. So, because we're gonna be using a lot less thrust. All right. So now the next thing we need to do is we need another decoupler. This guy's gonna go at the bottom here, and then the next thing I want to do, I need an arrow. Let's see. I think it's under structural. Yep. And we are going to put, let's see here, I think 2 of these, and then a mainsail engine, and then we will need a large decoupler. Is it this one? Yep. Okay, so now this is going to be our launch stage here. And then now we're going to be doing a little bit of asparagus, well, actually probably a lot of bit of asparagus staging. So let's just start here. We're going to go back to our fuel tanks. Oh, thankfully they, whoops, I think I spoke too soon. Oh, come on now. Come on, fuel tank, you're making me look bad. There we go. All right. We're going to put some cones on the top here. And we are going to put our main rockets here on the bottom. And, oh, wait a second. It's going to be in propulsion. They changed the menus around a little bit, so, and plus it's been, about a month and a half since I've played this. So excuse my kind of noobnish here. Not really noobnish, but I know what I'm wanting to do. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to try to launch this. I don't think this is really going to get us up into the orbit that we want. I'm probably going to need to put some structure here just to kind of keep my stack from wobbling all over the place. All right, so let's give this a try. And hopefully we won't fail too much. A huge part of this game, and I think why this game appeals to me and many others out there, are mainly due to kind of the engineering challenges of actually building a working rocket. So let's see. There we go. Oh, better get my SAS on here. No wobbling, that's good. So I want to get up to about 150 meters per second. And then I'm going to just kind of back off the throttle. Almost there. 140, 145, and 150. There's 150. So I'm just going to leave the throttle here about 66%, I guess, to full thrust. Because we don't want to use, if you look over here, our fuel tanks are already, the 2 side tanks are almost depleted. So I'm going to get my hand on the space bar, preparing to decouple. And there those go. We're going to need some more thrust here for a bit. Otherwise, let's see, we're starting to overheat this engine here. All right, so I'm going to start my gravity turn now that we're up to around 13,000 feet. I probably could have started it around 10. I know different people do it slightly different ways. I typically like to do mine somewhere between 10 and 13,000 feet. Now, since we're kind of out of the thickest part of the atmosphere, if we look up here at the top, there's the atmospheric gauge. So over here to the right, we're at the thickest part of the atmosphere, and it kind of gets thinner as there's kind of like a little tip here, and it slowly moves left as we climb out. So, and we can also look at our map here to see, how far we're getting up in the atmosphere. So, again, I was not expecting this rocket to take us all the way. But it's just kind of a little proof of concept, I guess, that the basic backbone of the rocket's going to be pretty structurally sound here. So, okay, there's that, and we'll fire up the next engine. And now we're really going to start to climb. Bring this up. And now we can kind of pitch on over. Okay, and I'm just going to shut the engine off because we're up at around 90 something, and just add the maneuver out. 90, that's a little bit too much thrust. 87, I need a little bit more. 91 and 93. Okay, that's pretty good. And I just want to kind of see how well this rocket's going to do as far as actually getting us to the moon. So I'm going to speed up time just a little bit because I want to get down to about 20 seconds. So there we go. Okay, so now we're going to throttle up. We're going to burn off about 1,000 meters per second of Delta-V. And we're probably going to be pretty close to being out of fuel. No, maybe not. And cut off. Okay. We're actually not bad on fuel. This right here may even get us there. And if we can get there, get into orbit. What I like to do here, as far as getting to the moon orbit, is put the moon over to the right, about 90 degrees. So there's 12 degrees or 0 degree, or 12 o'clock. You want the moon at 3 o'clock, but this would be like your 360 degrees or 0 degrees. And then going around the clock plate, or clock face here, you've got 360 and then, or 0, and you start counting up as you go clockwise. So this is 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees over here. So I'm going to add a maneuver down here, and I'm going to start my prograde thrust so that we're going to be thrusting outward. And as we get close to the moon orbit, there we go, we will we'll get a moon intercept right there. Now, one thing you want to be careful of is you don't want the intercept to pull you directly into the moon's gravity, because then, yeah, here's a good one. If it directly intersects with the moon, yeah, there we go. Now we've got a little periapsis here at 43,000 meters. So that's pretty good right there. So let's get out of map mode, and we are going to point towards our prograde vector here, the little blue pip, or the blue tick. And it's going to take about 829 meters per second to get us there. So Again, I don't know if this rocket's going to be able to do it, but it says it's only going to take a 14-second burn, so we might get there. So we got 24 minutes, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. I'll get it down to about a minute. That way I can fine-tune my vector here. Okay. So now what I'll do is I typically go into like the cockpit mode, right click and zoom in. That way I have nice fine control. And then I'll hit my, it's pretty good. I mean, we're like precisely on it now. Okay, so let's get back out, and it's a 14-second burn, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to start our burn. We're going to actually kind of start throttling up just a little bit right now. And as our orbital ellipse gets larger, once it gets out, maybe 3/4 of the way to the moon, we're going to start slowing down on the thrust here. Actually, I'm going to cut off now, and then I'm just going to slowly, there we go. All right, so now we've got our vector, or we've got our intercept, our moon encounter, and we actually were still doing pretty good on fuel, which I'm really proud of. So that remaining fuel is most likely going to get us into orbit around Kerbin's moon. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to, let's see here. I guess here what I'll do is I'll speed up time. You don't want to speed up too much, because then you'll go and then you'll go into this next orbit, which is usually fairly hard to recover from. So as we get closer to this moon encounter, the moon's going to catch up with us, and then as we kind of come back in, it's going to pick up the see there we have our moon encounter. So let's slow down time to regular time. And we're going to put a maneuver right here at the periapsis, and then we're going to basically burn until we have like a little circle here. We're going to want to get this fairly low. Oh, I thought I would have a closer apoapsis than that. Okay. So let's see, 20,000. 14,000 should be pretty good. All right. So let's see, where is our new little tick going to be? All right, there we go. Whoa, slow down. So I'm just going to put that there. It's going to be 1 hour and 23 minutes until we get to the moon. Where is the moon? Okay, there we go. So we're going to speed up time. Ten, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is just going to be a very simple 4-second burn. And we can go into map mode for this. Okay. So we're actually throttling up right here. And pop. There we go. All right, we are in orbit around Kerbal. I didn't think this rocket would get us there, but we used far less fuel. I was actually going to try basically a 3-stage or 6+1 tank asparagus staging for the descent, and we actually got better than that. So, all right. So we are now in the moon's gravity, and wow, it looks a lot more pockmarkier than I remember it being, which is pretty cool. Actually, we can turn the SAS module off, and I'm going to want to point my main engine retrograde, like so. And we're going to use as much of this fuel, basically all of the remaining fuel, to slow us down once we get into, let's see, all right. So we're probably getting really close. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at all the craters. That's pretty cool. So they've changed the moon texture for sure. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to land. I'm not really going to be too picky as to where. So again, let's take our SAS off. We're going to thrust west. Slow down just a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start our thrust. And I'll kind of pick an area kind of out here. There we go. So we're going to start falling down in this direction. Down here. So we're probably going to be landing somewhere like right in this area. So we still have some fuel left. We can actually use that to our advantage, because it is going to slow us down as we get closer to the surface, which is approximately 9,000 meters away. The more we can slow down with the big tank, that means the less fuel we're going to use, and the more fuel that we're going to have to actually get back to Kerbin, which is going to be pretty important. And I want to get our surface speed down, and we want to keep that on our retrograde there. Starting to see some surface objects show up here. This is where it starts getting a little tricky. Okay, so I'm going to start to fall here, because our surface, and again, I'm trying to, down here at the bottom, I'm trying to keep the, my retrograde vector in line with my, my heading indicator, my pitch indicator here. So it looks like we're probably going to be landing right in this area. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Okay, so there, we're out of fuel. And we're just going to kind of gently come down. This might, our stage may end up landing so softly it may not completely obliterate itself, just looking at how slow we're going. Now, what I'm going to want to do is I want to pretty much line this straight up and down. I'll fire my thrusters. Start to see the shadow. And our stage is going to hit. Bam! Okay, cool. Alright, so now we're just going to keep our surface speed pretty darn slow. We could see our shadow coming in over there, like right over here. And oh noes. Yet somehow we remain in one piece. Oh, phew. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my gear up. Awesome! Yay! So we made it to the moon, inverting disaster. Um, let's see what I'm going to do. I hope the ladder doesn't tip us over. I'm really afraid that it's going to. Don't tip us over. Oh, perfect. All right, so we're going to EVA him. Yay! Whoa! I'm gonna just let go. Yay! All right. So we've made it back to the moon on the new version. Pretty easy, not too bad. I think I can plant a flag here. Yay! Kerbal Space Program. We'll just call this our first landing site. Yay! All right. So now I'm going to attempt to climb back up and get this sucker off the ground. Um, Hopefully it won't tip over. As soon as I can board, I am going to board. Yes. All right. Okay, good. I think our SAS being turned on was a good thing because I think it's the only thing that's keeping us up. All right. So here we go. We're going to blast off again. And whoops. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Really? No, no, no. I want to go this way. Yes. We want to go that way. Forgot to hit caps lock. If you look down here at the bottom left and you look at the caps lock, you can see how um, the little indicators are orange or kind of like a light blue color. Light blue is like your fine tuning. Man, the surface of the moon looks a lot better now, especially with the rocks and such. Maybe it's my computing power, but that makes a huge, huge, huge difference. All right, so I'm gonna basically get us back over here. And now we're going to be in a much better place to, get back into orbit. Okay. All right. So once this gets up to around 10,000 or so, actually, you know what I can do? I can probably pitch up just a little bit. That might give us more. Yep. That's eventually gonna see 10, 12. There we go. So I'll cut off, and then I'm gonna put another maneuver. And this is just to get us back into orbit. And I'm not quite so worried about. Let's see. Now that's a little bit too much. So I'm gonna bring that in. There we go. That's better. I don't want to use any more fuel than I need to because now it's going, because we obviously we want to get back. Okay, so we've got, let's see, 13-second burn and 13, let's see, minute and a half. Okay, just thinking aloud to myself. All right, so getting home is actually the easiest part. It doesn't require much fuel. The reason why it doesn't is because the moon doesn't really have that much gravity. We've got a pretty weak engine too, so we're not going to burn a ton of fuel. But we don't have much left, so we need to be careful. Um, and this game is literally about control and finesse. I mean, if you guys have played flight simulators before, or if you're interested in Kerbal, it's a game that you really need to take your time with. And it's not fast paced, it's the slow burn. All right, so now we can actually remove this maneuver node. And to remove the maneuver nodes, you just left click on them and that little ball with the arrow comes up. All right, so now I'm trying to remember, all we need to do, we need to add a maneuver to thrust out, and this way will be perfect. And what we would like actually is a maneuver that is going to make this circular pattern. That's actually a pretty good one. Let's see how we can do there. I just want to rotate it around. That right there is going to give us a pretty good intercept with Earth. Well, I mean Kerbin. So yeah, so let's see, we've got 34 minutes on that. So we're just gonna fast forward. It's gonna take us a little while to get around the moon. Man, the moon looks much, much better now. Oh no, I think we're like too close to the surface. Yeah. When you get too close to the surface, you can only fast forward time so fast. So yeah. Another thing we're going to want to do, whoops, oh, I need to turn my SAS off, so I got to slow down time. I just want to get kind of close to our prograde vector here, which is our little blue pip on the attitude indicator. And there is our point there that we're going to want to shoot for. Now I know this makes no sense because it's showing like a trajectory that goes like this, and you're going to think, oh, we're going to go off in this direction. But this is just showing your escape path from the moon. This right here, when I plot my moon escape, is actually going to put us right. Look right here when I highlight that, and also look over here. That is actually showing the moon's position when we hit that escape vector, and then it's this point right here that I've got my mouse cursor on, and this point over here are going to be, that's basically going to be my relative orbit to Kerbin. So that's basically, I'm just trying to explain to you guys how how those line up. So yeah, pretty cool. So hopefully that helps a lot of people out, because I know a lot of people definitely don't understand that, and it took me a while to kind of get it. So trust me, I feel your pain. I am a pilot. I do have my pilot's license, so I probably get this a little bit easier than some other folks. But if I can help you guys figure this game out, that's pretty good. Now, I'm not a spacecraft pilot by any stretch of the imagination, but knowledge of aviation definitely helps. So if this video helped you, please post in the comments. Hopefully I'm able to pass some knowledge on to you guys. All right, so now we will start our thrust, and you can see our orbit is increasing. And I'm gonna just slow down the thrust a little bit. And again, you don't have to be perfect. You can kind of, at these distances, okay, now we're away. So it doesn't have to be spot on, so this right here is gonna align over there, actually with the orange line and not the purple line. Purple line is just there. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. Purple line, so basically right here and over here, once we escape the gravity of the moon, and we're on our moon escape, we're basically going to be over here. So if we speed this time up, you're going to actually see how our escape path ends up aligning with this with the the orbit here, like that. So that's exactly how that works. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to do one orbit around Kerbin, and then what I want to do, I actually want to come back out here and thrust retrograde again, and that's going to bring in my apoapsis, I'm sorry, my periapsis to Kerbal. Again, the apoapsis is your furthest orbital distance away from whatever you're targeting. Your periapsis is the closest. So we're going to bring the periapsis in. Whoop, not that much. There we go. So it's at 4,000 meters. Get out a little bit further. Yeah, 30,000 feet. So that's going to bring us in. Once we thrust, we only need 140 meters per second of Delta-V, and Delta-V is your thrust. We've got plenty of fuel to accomplish that. And so we're going to have a very successful episode here. We went from testing phase, that stage testing phase, to a full landing phase and return in one episode. So how about them apples? All right. So we got 3 hours to go, so let's speed up time as much as possible. So we get down. Whoa, my God. Oh, gosh. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We overshot that by 20 minutes or so. So let's just, I'm going to go ahead and take away this. And we're just going to, I'm going to keep my finger on the X button. We're gonna basically wait until this gets down to about 100,000 meters, and then we're going to slowly increase our thrust again until we get down to around about 30. So we're 200, 150, and bam, there we go. So 98,000. All right, so I'm going to increase my thrust just a little bit till we get down to 30. There we go. Close enough. All right. So we are on our return trajectory. We will be entering the atmosphere. We'll just increase that to 1,000 times. And if we go here, we can see the moon is now on the opposite side of Kerbin. Hopefully this is going to bring us in on the bright side, and we will be able to do a daylight landing here. So I'm going to slow down time. So we're still 150,000 feet, coming in pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go to retrograde here. Whoops. Okay, maybe not. There's our retrograde vector, and okay, turn the SAS on. I still feel like I'm in like speed up mode or something. I guess it's just because I have so little mass on this guy. And I guess if we want a landing on land, we're in a pretty good position for that. But I actually kind of want to land on water. So I am just going to kind of thrust up and away here. As you can see, we're already entering the atmosphere, so oh, there we go. It's really going to start slowing us down. Oh, we're going up. I don't want to be going up that much, though. It's put us on another orbital. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just land on land. How about that? No big deal. All right. And we'll just burn up all of our remaining fuel, and you can actually see how the orbit is coming in here. Because I do want to land in sunlight just because it's better that way, I guess. Gears. Oh, look at the heat effect there. I don't know if I've noticed that before, honestly. Uh, kind of, yeah, it gets dimmer. That's cool. Ooh, now what I can do, actually cut that off. What I can do is actually thrust north, which is not that way, it's this way right there. And I can actually turn going into a, so maybe I can try to land, in one of these lakes here. And hopefully I'm going to come in over that one. I am out of fuel. I just heard my engine cut off, meaning that I am definitely out of fuel now, and we are coming down. Um, let's see, where's the retrograde? It's over. Yeah, that's retrograde right there. All right, so now it's just a matter of time. I'll speed up time just a little bit, just so we get down. And I'll just decouple that for now. And whoops, I do want to slow down because pretty soon we're going to start hitting the atmosphere. Now the reason why it's wobbling right here is the uh, the SAS that's actually on the capsule is kind of struggling a little bit to keep the heading. So, and it will continue to do that as we drop into the atmosphere. So slow down quite a bit. We can actually take the SAS off because aerodynamically the capsule is going to want to face, one direction. So even if we go, off like this, it's going to kind of try to self-correct so that the heat shield is, you know, on the right side. Let's help it out just a little bit. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy our chute. Don't know if we're going to make land or sea at this point, but it's going to be close either way. Looks like we might be headed over land. I got to be kind of careful doing this because when you speed up time with a chute on, it dramatically increases your probability that you're going to crash. One thing it would be nice to see would be like cities and things like that. I'm going to slow down time here a little bit. It would be neat, because I'm sure this would be like a little resort town right up in here. Right up in here! All right. Now, there's the main chute's going to unfold, and we'll just kind of, whoa, don't want to speed up time that much. If you look at the top left, you're going to see how, okay, we're green here, kind of turns orange, and then red. Red is basically, the time acceleration that's going to increase the probability that you're going to break, like a chute string or something, or rip your parachute away from the capsule, which obviously is going to be really bad. And we'll just slow down time finally, and we're down. All right. All right, guys. Well, that is that. We're going to go back to the Space Center and we're going to recover our little Kerbal knot. This will take a few seconds to reload into the game here, so I'll continue my commentary. Well, that was faster than I thought. Don't forget, you can catch me on Facebook at BradM73 Gaming. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for more videos. Let's see, at the moon. All right, so we can't recover that because that's our flag. But we can recover this guy. This is another thing they've kind of changed. So we can zoom into our map. We can see where we've landed. We can highlight that flight, and then you can recover. And so you can recover the vessel. Unlike previous versions of Kerbal, when you're on the ground, you would click End Flight, and it would take you back to the spaceport. So again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the videos, especially if it's helped you out. I really, really appreciate it. and hopefully you'll be back for some more Kerbal Space Program. Hopefully this will get you to the moon, and if you pretty much follow everything, especially if you're running the same version, that should get you there. It may not happen the first time, may not happen the second time, but just pay close attention to what I did on how I built the spacecraft, and hopefully you too will get there. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. We will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.